Didn't know today would be our last, or that I'd have to say goodbye to you so fast. I'm so numb I can't feel anymore. I'm praying you just walk back through that door and tell me that I was only dreaming. You're not really gone as long as I believe. There will be another angel around the throne tonight. Your love lives on inside of me, and I will hold on tight. It's not my place to question, only God knows why. I'm just jealous of the angels around the throne tonight. Always made my troubles feel so small, and you were always there to catch me when I'd fall. In a world where heroes come and go, well, God just took the only one I know. So I'll hold you as close as I can.
My name is Michael Oden. I'm a very close friend to Professor Michael Oden, a distinguished professor of structural geology. There are three of them in Nigeria. He's the only one in southern Nigeria. The other two are in Ahmadu Bello University. I'd like to give my gratitude to the family for choosing me to speak at this point in time concerning my good friend Michael Oden. We met as young boys, just above 20, in 1970. The opportunity was the Advanced Teacher Training College, the first institution of higher learning in the then southeastern state. We share something in common, Michael, and maybe the height is a bit plumper than myself. Because we did the same subject in the Advanced Teacher Training College, which is physics. He did physics, chemistry, I did physics, mathematics. We shared this common bond. We completed successfully. He passed distinctively in HTTC, and we went to work for 1 year. He taught in Hope Water Training Institute, and I taught at Chibon Grammar School, Chibon Memorial, Atikadekmene. We both proceeded to advanced degree, or we went to do our degree program. He at Premier University, which is Ibadan, and I went to University of Nigeria and Nsukka. When we finished, we did our national service. Again, there was an intersection and where we did our national service. He worked in Western State, I in Kwara State, the then Kwara State. And he lived again in the University of Ibadan. So every time I was going to Lagos, I always stopped by at his place in the University of Ibadan where he abode. Upon completion, he worked at the University of Calabar. He chose academia, and I worked also in Calabar, the Palm Produce Board. He went to Imperial College, and I went to Ahmadu Bello for our second degree. While Michael was in London, I was always a guest to him. I remember in 1982 and 1985, when I came from the United States, during a cross-country or continental tour. Michael Oden came back, and we did something for him. He introduced, in absentia, his wife, Esther. Then Esther was in St. Premier University he attended. Myself and my wife, we went from Lagos to visit her. She now became a friend to the family, having I been a friend to Michael. Upon Michael's return from Imperial College, we parceled, that's the word I like to use, Esther to him. Esther did her youth call in service at Ascon. He knew that the husband was coming, or husband-to-be was coming. So we took her to the airport and delivered Esther to Michael. And you can see that union has been blessed with the children that are listed, a girl and 3 boys, engineer, doctor, name them. I have been very friendly with Michael. We make exchange visits. I used to be, many people know me in Oden. There's no ceremony that they do here that I don't come. I used to come here for New Yam Festival in the 70s. So you can see it's a long relationship. We exchange generous gifts. Sadly, I was in Port Harcourt in July, and I spent 4 days with Professor. I didn't know, nothing told me that was our last meeting. Nothing in our conversation. He's an Ojibo man, I am a local man. What he is like Ojibo. So he was surprised all the thing he eats, I don't eat. He said, what do you eat then? I said, you are Ojibo man, I am a African man. I went to school in Nigeria. I'm a local man. I eat local things. He laughed and laughed and said, I will introduce you to some of my food. And we spent these 4 days together in the same room, recasting 53 years of conversation. He taught me a lot, and I taught him also many things. I look at his Bible. His Bible is so well marked, which tells you that Michael was very close to his God. He took me to his church, and they referenced him in his church, and they allowed me to speak in his church the one day I attended. So I will miss Michael. The academic community will miss Michael. The web community will miss Michael. This Michael loves stones. Michael is a bookworm. That's why he has got so many distinctions everywhere he went to. His direction is book and book. And that has won him a lot. I'm very happy he has brought up his children well. Evangelist, who has been the chairman of the committee preparing for these obsequies, did very well by his dexterity in handling the committee. It means that he's well groomed by the father. I'm very, very happy that you have granted me this interview. And I pray that the children will be consoled knowing where the father is. The Gap community will be consoled. The academic community will be consoled. And the children, what they will do to earn a continued respect is for them to outdo the father's performance. There's no doubt he has built this edifice for them. If you enter the house, you know it's properly built. He has left signatories on the sands of time. But we say, Michael, bye-bye. Bye-bye. We will miss you. But we know if the Lord tarries, it will be a long miss. But if He doesn't tarry, we will meet again.
My name is Elder Mrs. Florence Lindsay Ubi, the last born of the family of the Odens, while Prof was our eldest brother. His life has impacted immensely in my life to the extent that he encouraged me to go to school, even when my friends, my mates were taking on to marriage, early marriage and all. He made sure I studied in Jos and I became an accountant. I didn't stop there. He pushed me on even after I got a job with the EFCC. He encouraged me to carry on with my studies on part-time basis. And I was able to do again a BSc in business administration, an MSc in business administration as well. And when my MSc result came out and I was top on my class, I made a 4.3 cumulative GPA. He said, it's not good to throw away this kind of results. You have to push forward. And then at that point, I had become a certified chartered accountant. I thought that was enough by my own standing and rating. But he still said I should push on to start my program, doctorate program. And right now, I am glad to say I'm almost rounding off my PhD. All thanks to Professor Michael Oden. He did not only impact on my life, he impacted on so many other lives. As an individual, the job that I got broadened my horizon to the extent that well over 20-something people got jobs through me. I am just wondering if he didn't encourage me to go to school, maybe I ended up in the farms, those destinies would have been negatively affected. I am here knowing that nobody is going to leave planet Earth alive. I am here to celebrate his life as an icon. He was a great man of intellect, an academic giant, a teacher of teachers, a lecturer of lecturers. I was proud when I was told that when he's lecturing his students, lecturers and professors will sit in there and also learn from him. It was a colossal loss, not only to this family, but to the entire country, because his field was a very rare field, structural geology and rock mechanics. There were only 3 professors in that field. He was the only one as a southern Nigerian with that kind of certificates and status. His death has deprived the southern Nigeria of that great privilege of having such a mentor amongst us. I pray that God will accept his ebullient soul and give him rest everlasting. Amen.
My name is Evangelist Michael Oden. I am the first son of my father and my mother. My position is number 3 in the family. I'm here basically to talk about my father, Professor Michael Oden. Very few things my father prioritized in life. 1, family. 2, excellence. 3, integrity. And 4, God. He ensured that he passed on to us these hard truths and facts. Family being everything that matters. Integrity and excellence in everything that one puts their hands in to do, and holding God the closest. In his last days, he leaned more on the last bit, holding God over everything. Some summary of everyone's lives being that you come from God and you return to God. Through his life, my father exhibited characteristics that show or go to show everything he preached to us. Everything he told us during morning devotions, everything he showed us through his dedication to work, he preached it and allowed us see it, not just with words, but in his actions. He was literally the kindest man I ever knew or have gotten to know, and is the only effect for how I am what I am today and what I will be passing on to my children. I love Daddy so much, primarily because he showed us what love was. He showed us how to be strict. He showed us how to be tough. He showed us how to be kind. He showed us how to be a father. And I'm eternally grateful to God for making me arrive in the family he made me arrive in, the family of Professor Michael Oden, and I couldn't have it any other way. I am an AI engineer today, and the only reason I am what I am today is because my father paved the way, not just by being able to send me to school, but he pulled me to do the work with him. Luckily, I helped write some of his papers. I did some of his statistical analysis, and all of that is what led to me being who I am today. No, unknowingly, it's one of the reasons why. It's part of what led to what I am today. And I'm eternally grateful to God that this was where He took me through, what He took me through. And by God, we will carry His memory forward and continue doing good in the world and showing people that in the midst of the chaos, there can still be still water. There can still be still water flowing. We will surely miss you, Daddy. By God, we'll miss you. But we'll meet again.
Didn't know today would be our last.
Usual Sam Obo, Letitia Oden. Today is going to be a very difficult day for me and for my brothers, because this is one of the most loving men, the most caring of fathers any human being could have. It was a blessing, being a child in this household. He did everything within his power, to make sure that we had the best, that he could afford. My earliest memories of him, when we were smaller, he would always sit down in the parlor. We would have these arm wrestling matches, and with his single arm, he would just, place it like this for we, his children, to, try to pull it down. And I remember, all three of us hanging onto his hands, trying to pull it down, and we never really succeeded, All through the years, he has shown that he is of impeccable character, somebody that, everyone depended on, the whole family, extended family, always called in for advice. We all knew that whatever we needed, we could always turn to him. He spoiled me silly, and, there was never a time. I started my university and he gave me a car, and he didn't allow me to go through university stress, the stress of running around in the university by myself, on foot. He always made sure that I was taken care of. He's going to be terribly missed, and it is well. It is well.
My name is Victor Michael Oden, medical doctor. I'm the third son of Professor Michael Oden. And today we are gathered to lay his beloved corpse to rest. Prof was a man one would always want to emulate because he was gentle to the core. Prof would never, ever allow his name to be soiled. He always taught us that contentment is great gain and that a good name is better than riches. He has played his role. He was true to his calling, a geologist by excellence. He gave it his all from Unical days to UST days. And I would say he has fought the good fight and he has gone home to be with the Lord, because if for anything, I'm very certain that Prof was a believer of God, and he held God's words to the letter. And so if it has pleased God that this should happen, and this should happen now, then who are we to say otherwise? But to welcome the will of God with open arms and pray that his soul finds peace and rest in the bosom of God.
Hi, good morning. My name is Jennifer Evangelist Oden. I'm a wife to Evangelist Oden. Whew. So this has been It's been a very interesting day, a very interesting ceremony. It's a mixed feelings for me. Mixed feelings because I had the opportunity to at least speak to Daddy a day before he passed on. I didn't see this coming because I know he was ill, but then again, he had recovered. So I was excited about the recovery. So I didn't see this coming. But I'm happy that I spoke with him at least before he died. I'm happy that he got to speak with his grandson before he also passed on. I'm happy that we got to see him a couple of months before he passed on as well. I wish he stayed a little bit longer to see his grandson walking, because he had mentioned during his child dedication that he had a dream and the little boy was walking, and just a week after he passed on, he started walking. So I wish he had stayed a little bit longer to see his dream come through. But I'm grateful to God. I'm grateful to God because I know that he's in a better place. I'm grateful to God because I know that most of the knowledges he instilled in us before he left is not going to go down the drain. We'll continue the race from where he stopped. And we pray that may his gentle soul rest in peace in Jesus' name.
Didn't know today would be our last, or that I'd have to say goodbye to you so fast. I'm so numb I can't feel anymore. I'm praying you just walk back through that door and tell me that I was only dreaming. You're not really gone as long as I believe. There will be another angel around the throne tonight. Your love lives on inside of me, and I will hold on tight. It's not my place to question, only God knows why. I'm just jealous of the angels around the throne tonight. Always made my troubles feel so small, and you were always there to catch me when I'd fall. In a world where heroes come and go, well, God just took the only one I know. So I'll hold you as close as I can, longing for the day when I see your face again. But until then, God must need another angel around the throne tonight. Your love